Hello guys, welcome back to QuickBooks. In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can create chart of accounts in QuickBooks Online. So this is my dashboard for QuickBooks Online. This is just a blank company file. There are no transactions. That's why the expenses, sales, and everything is zero. And I'm using QuickBooks Accountant version. This is just a slightly different version of QuickBooks Online. These are the four classical subscriptions of QuickBooks Online. It starts with Simple Start, Essential, Plus, and Advanced. The more bigger the size of your company is and the more complex your accounting transactions are, then there may be a more need to purchase one of the higher version. Advanced is the most powerful version of QuickBooks Online, but for most of small to medium sized companies, Essential or Plus works just fine. And there is also a lot of details you can go through to know which version is best for your needs. So coming back to the QuickBooks Online, so this is the business overview section of my dashboard, and the best thing is that you can customize this section as well. And these are the arrows. You can move these sections accordingly. For example, on the first tab, I wanted to see my profit and loss. Then I wanted to see my sales, and after that I want to see my expenses here. And the cash flow trend, I need to see it a little bigger picture of my money inflows and outflows. And then below on the bottom, I can arrange invoices, the bank accounts, and this add-on I can also move it here. So you can customize, you can drag up and down, you can make it a little more wider if you want. And once you are done, just simply click done, and this will organize your dashboard. So this is a quite useful feature in QuickBooks Online. So now let's move to chart of accounts. I'll go to this gear icon and I'll go to chart of accounts. So this is the chart of accounts. These are some standard chart of accounts already created, maybe 5 to 10. There are 15 here, so you can see the number of chart of accounts you are currently having here. And let's get started. Now, if you are familiar with accounting, then you might know that there are 5 key elements of accounting. These are assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. 2 of them relates to the profit and loss statement, that are income and expenses, and the 3 of the elements relates to the balance sheet, that are assets, liabilities, and equity. And all of these chart of accounts are subdivision of these 5 elements. So first we will start with assets, and among the assets I'm going to start with fixed assets. So let's go to this new, and I have to write here the name, that what type of account I'm creating. So let's say that I want to create an account of vehicle. After that I have to select an account type, and this is a fixed assets, and the detail type is vehicles. And I will not enter any cost or the starting date. I'll create a later video in which I will add all the opening balances of all the chart of accounts that I'm going to create right now. So at the moment I'll not touch this part, and I'll create save. So now my vehicles fixed assets account has been created, and now I'm going to create some sub accounts for vehicles. So let's say that I have a Toyota that is gray color, and let's say this is the number of that vehicle. So now this is also a type of fixed assets, and this is also the detail of this fixed asset is that this is one of the vehicles. Now I'm going to make it a sub account because I already created vehicles. So now this Toyota is going to be a sub account of vehicle, and I'm going to click save. Now you can see this vehicle and this Toyota is indented below the vehicle. So this means that this is an indication that this is a sub account of vehicles. Now I'm going to create one more fixed assets, and this time let's say I have a Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi that is of gray color, and its number is 8974. These are the last 4 digits, and it is also easy to create a chart of accounts of your assets while mentioning such details, like maybe I may have like 10 Mitsubishi vehicles. So this is a useful way to track that which specific vehicle is this. I can mention the color, I can mention the serial number, the number of that vehicle. And now this is also a fixed assets, and this is a vehicle, and this is also a sub account of vehicles. There you can see this is mentioning that this is sub account of vehicles. So I'm going to select this and save. So now my fixed assets that are just vehicles, you can add more fixed assets like property, building, land, whatever, but for the sake of this tutorial I'm going to limit my fixed assets up to these accounts only. Now let's create another type of assets. This time let's name it as other current assets. Now current assets are those type of assets that have a useful life of 1 year, like they are going to be consumed or they are going to be used within 12 months. That's why the word current is used. And this is going to be other current assets, and the specific type, let's say other current assets, because now either you can make the other current assets of a lot of types. You can select inventory, you can make it an investment or loans to the employers or short-term investments or whatever, but I don't want to create at the moment that depth of the assets. So that's why I have limited my other current assets to just the other current assets. Now I can use this account for various types of assets other than inventory, because for inventory it is better to use the inventory account itself. So now we have created our other assets as well. Now let's create accounts receivable. Yes, accounts receivable is already created, so there is no need. This is a default account QuickBooks create by its own. Now you can also search like which accounts are there. Now I will create one parent account that is going to be bank, and this is going to be checking account. I'm going to save. Now I have created one bank. Now I can create multiple sub accounts under this parent account of bank. Now let's create one, and I'm going to name it as Chase checking, and let's say the last number of the account is this. This is going to be bank, and this is going to be checking, and this time it is going to be a sub account of bank. Now let's create one more checking account, maybe Bank of America, and let's say the last serial number of the account are 2365, and this is also checking account. And this is also a type of bank, checking, and a sub account of the bank. Now this is the bank, our parent account, and these two are the sub accounts. Now what it is going to do is that, for example, if I have $5,000 as a balance on Bank of America account, and I have let's say 10,000 in Chase account, so this 15,000 is going to accumulate on this account because this is the parent account. It will represent all the total of these sub accounts. Now let's create a petty cash account. Petty cash is very common in almost all the corporate offices. This is used for the miscellaneous day-to-day expenses. Bank, and you can also name it as cash on hand or petty cash. Petty cash is a more typical term used, so let's name it as petty cash, and that's it. So now we are done with our, or maybe I can also make it as a sub account of the bank. It's up to you, like it is your personal preference whether you want to keep this petty cash as separate, but it also makes sense. It is also a part of your total liquid cash. So you can also make it as a separate account, or you can also make it as a sub account of bank. So both of them are fine. So we are done with our assets, fixed assets, and now we have created some fixed assets, we have created some current assets, bank, and inventory account is already there. So I think it's enough for the fixed assets. Now let's move towards the income account. Let me see what income accounts are already there. So other income is there, sales of product is there, materials income is there, billable expense income. This is the default account that QuickBooks create. I don't think I would be able to make it as inactive. Oh, that's great. I can make it as an inactive. So it is good. Now let's create let's assume that I am running a bookkeeping business where I provide bookkeeping, CFO advisory, and financial services to other businesses. So let's categorize our income into different categories. For the first, I'm going to make it as bookkeeping income, or bookkeeping service, up to you. Bookkeeping, let's say consultancy. This is a type of income, and this is a service. So this is going to be my one of the primary income, that is bookkeeping consultancy. Now let's make it one more that I'm going to name it as CFO advisory. So this is also a type of income, and income, this is also a service fee. Let's make one more, and that is going to be, I think other income is already there. Let me see. Other income is already there. Now I think I should create here one parent account, and I should make all the other income account as sub account of this parent account. Let's name this parent account as income. So this is also going to be service fee income. Now let's do it one by one. Now let's make this account as sub account of income. So this is the income, then comes the bookkeeping consultancy. Now I'm going to do this the same with the other income accounts. This is going to be sub account of income, and one more I have, that is CFO advisory. Yes, this I'm going to make it a sub account of income. So now you see that this is one parent account, that is income, and now I have 3 sub accounts for different types of income. Like I have bookkeeping consultancy, I provide CFO advisory services, and other income as well. The other income is just an additional account I created for any miscellaneous services that does not fall under the bookkeeping and CFO services. So all of the other types of the income will fall under the other income. So we are done with our bank, we are done with our income as well, and now let's create some types of expense accounts. Let's go to new, and let's start with rent and rates. So the office rent is probably going to fall under this. This is a type of expense. Bank, other assets, expenses, and rent or lease of the buildings. You can also name it as rent and leases, or maybe leases. It's up to you. These are all interchangeable terms, so that's fine. Rent and rates is fine. Now let's create an account for entertainment. This is also going to fall under the expenses, and this is a type of entertainment. You can also select entertainment meals. Probably they are just the same, so up to you. Entertainment is fine here. So now I would like to create some sub accounts for entertainment, because there can be different scenarios for this expense incurring. So let's say that we have some office entertainment. Maybe this is for the employees, for the staff, and that's why let's name it as office entertainment. This is also fall under the entertainment, but this time I'm going to make it a sub account of entertainment. I'll create one more, and that is it is still loading. Let me new. So now let's name this as guest entertainment. because there can be chances like there are some guests coming for some meeting at the office, and we had some coffee, tea, pizza, lunch, or whatever. So this specific entertainment is going to fall under the entertainment for the guests. So this is also go to entertainment, and I'm going to make this as a sub account as well. So there can be other types of the entertainment as well, but I think these two are sufficient enough. You can create one more, like outside office entertainment expense, or maybe some conference or any other activity that took place outside the office, and a specific type of entertainment or food was arranged and an expense was incurred. But let's keep these up to 2, and that's fine. Now let's create utilities. I think utilities is already there. Yes, utilities is there, but I'm going to make some sub accounts for the utilities. So let's name it as water. This is a type of expense and utilities, but this is going to be a sub account of utilities here. Now let's create one more, that is gas expense, utilities, sub account of utilities expense. One more, that is going to be electricity. This is also an expense under utilities, and let's make it as a sub account of utilities. So now let's see our utilities. Now you see this is the parent account, and under the parent account these are the 3 types of the utilities expense. You can create more if you want, but here up to 3 are fine. Now let's see whether we have communication. No, we don't have communication. Let's create a communication account. This is also a very common expense going on. This is an expense and communication. Let's make it as a parent account, and now let's create some further sub accounts for communication. What it can be, let's say mobile recharge. Maybe we have a policy in our company that we provide a monthly allowance for the mobile recharge for our employees. So this is communication and sub account of communication. Let's make another communication, let's say internet recharge, or maybe, yes, internet is fine. Internet can also be considered as the mode of communication. Communication, and I think the 2 are fine. Now let's create an account for insurance. We don't have insurance, and we have to create an expense account for insurance. So let's make this as a parent account, and now let's create a sub account like employees insurance. This is going to be expense and insurance, but a sub account of insurance as well. And what more insurance we can incur? Yes, what about vehicle insurance? Our office vehicles are insured, and we pay a monthly or maybe annual insurance for them as well. So insurance, and our insurance expense is also set here. Insurance, employees insurance, vehicle insurance. Now let's check whether we have depreciation. No, we don't have depreciation. As we are having fixed assets, so it is definite that we might charge the depreciation expense, because whether they are fixed assets or other long-term assets, the depreciation is quite obvious. Let me select the category here. Auto, maybe we can select auto because depreciation is not appearing here, so auto is fine because it is related to our vehicles. So one account of depreciation is created, and now let's create one account for travel. That is also a very obvious expense going on for many businesses. Travel, and let's create a few sub accounts under the travel. Let's say local travel by taxi. Although traveling by taxi is not common these days, but still there can be specific cases where we might have to travel through taxi, and this is going to be a sub account of travel. Let's make one more, and that is going to be our Uber cream. This is also going to be a part of travel expense, and this is going to be a sub account of travel. Now yes, we can create one more account for travel, that is flight travel, or I can mention it as air travel or whatever. This is also travel, and this is also going to be a sub account of travel. Now our travel account is set. I don't know why only two are appearing here. Let me see. Yes, I think no, it is fine. It is fine. Let's check the travel. Yes, travel. We have flight travel, we have local travel, we have Uber cream travel. So our travel account is also set. Now let's create a commission account. Now commission can be of different types. It can be a referral commission where some of our friends or some other individual might refer us some business, and we may pay them a referral fee. Most of the businesses, even not most, a few of the businesses do have referral programs in which they pay commission to the people who are referring them business. So commission is not listed here, so instead of commission I think promotion, maybe advertising and promotion. Yes, this looks fine. Or maybe what we can do is that we can make one parent account as advertisement, and then we can make a commission under the advertisement. Sorry, this is going to be, let's name it as a referral commission, and this is going to be our expense, and yes, it is going to be type of advertisement, and yes, Now there can be different types of advertisements as well, so let's create a few more. Let's say Google Ads, a very typical and popular type of promotional expense. What other types of expenses can be categorized as advertisement? Let's say we have website ads. Website ads. This is also expense, advertisement, promotion. Yes. So our advertisement expense is also set now. Where it is, yes, advertisement, it can be Google Ads, referral commission, website ads, etc. Now let's create a final account of expense, that is vehicle rental. We might rent some vehicles for our business purposes as well. So this is going to be, let's see, yeah, auto expense. Since it is a type of auto service, like maybe let's see if I can find one more specific. Rent or lease a building, this is not going to be suitable. Travel is also fine. Yeah, travel is like more relevant, so let's make it as a sub account of travel as well. So now our chart of accounts are pretty much set. I can make it more and more lengthy and in detail, like there are just 50 chart of accounts here, which are sufficient enough for small businesses. Now obviously there are businesses that may have up to 75, 100, even 200 chart of accounts, depending upon their needs, depending upon their specific income and the nature of expenses and the specific assets and liabilities they are incurring. And we are done with our chart of accounts.